Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on August 22nd, 2020 to talk about everything that went down tonight at NXT TakeOver 30. And I got a question for you, Nick. I've probably asked you this before. So for me at least, when it's a regular weekly show like Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, I say on Raw, on Dynamite. But if it's a pay-per-view, that just feels weird, and I got to say at TakeOver, at SummerSlam. Is that the same for you?
I
would
say,
because
I usually would, I say 4. Like, 4 is my default. Review 4, like Raw, SmackDown, review 4, SummerSlam, or like recap.
Gotcha. Also, you got a lot quieter there all of a sudden.
Yeah, because I was just started talking very low and
gotcha.
Yeah, I use 4 as my default.
Yeah, because it's weird because on weekly shows I say on, but then pay-per-views because it's a destination I say at.
Fair enough. I'm going to take a look at the chat and say hello to people like Eric Tate, 1973, who says hello. Jacob Browell, hello. How you doing, man? He says my Angels beat my A's. Yeah, that's tough.
Barely.
It's all right. We're still 18-9. Calm down.
Well, no. Here's the thing. The Angels are 9-19. The A's are 19-9.
Damn right, baby.
Fuck that shit.
What a sad name. Dead Panda 543 is here as well. Ethan Cooper is here. Hunter Parker's here as well. X Roca, is that it? I always get I want to say like 9 different things with his name, and I can't ever actually read it because I have my mic stand cutting off everyone's name. So I'm purely going off what I think it is and what I can assume it's going to be. Let me ask you a question, Tim, right now, before we talk about everything that happened tonight. What was your match of the night?
It's tough, but I think I'm going to have to go with the ladder match. I really liked Pat McAfee, Adam Cole, but I think for me, I enjoyed the ladder match just a tiny bit more.
I see. It's the same for me. I think I like Pat McAfee and Adam Cole as my match of the night because I didn't expect anything from. I didn't even expect it to happen. I didn't think they were actually going to have a straight up like one-on-one match, and they did. And Pat McAfee actually kind of proved himself. I'm really excited for when we get to talk about that match. But the ladder match was cool and all. It just felt like with ladder matches for me in the WWE, they have their ladder match style, and like I knew it wasn't going to end because I haven't seen the spot where there's a ladder between the rope and another ladder, and I haven't seen someone get pushed off yet type shit. Where with like the McAfee match, the whole time I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen here.
True,
like,
you had no clue what to expect because you didn't know what his limitations were.
Exactly, and I mean the ladder match was fun as fuck, and that spot where fucking Gargano slammed Grimes onto the ladder, oh my god, I thought Cameron Grimes.
Oh, they barely landed.
I thought he died.
I thought at first Cameron Grimes, and I'll talk about this in a minute. I thought at first Cameron Grimes hit the back of his head.
I did too. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, oh no, he got the shit kicked out of him.
Hey, like he's still going to show up on Wednesday and say, "Take it to the moon."
To the moon, baby. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
But with that, I want to thank everybody.
Go ahead.
I
thought we were just going to jump into it.
With that, I want to thank everybody who's here with us. Twitch.tv/PWUnlimited. Remember, you can support us here in a couple of different ways. You can either donate in some bits, or you can subscribe. Subscribe one of two ways, either with a normal Tier 1 subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime. Because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime, then that gives you one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to support. And we would greatly appreciate it if you supported us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, don't forget, we will be live again tomorrow night for SummerSlam. As far as Dynamite does go, I know Dynamite was also tonight. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that review. I still have to watch that show. I kind of caught bits and pieces of it tonight. But in some shape or form, there will be a review out in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to do it live in the morning or if I'm just going to record it after I watch Dynamite and then put it up. So keep an eye here or on our YouTube channel, but more specifically on our Twitter because that's where I will let you guys know where the Dynamite review is going. But with that, we got NXT to talk about here. I was about to say AEW. And I did want to note, not much to say, but I do want to note that on the pre-show, Breezango did win a triple threat tag team match to become the new number one contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. And I didn't see the match, so I don't really have much to say about the match other than I know they won.
I didn't see the pre-show. I tuned in as... Oh, goodness. Someone's banging something outside. I don't know what it is. I forgot what match I tuned into. Is that the start of maybe... Not the ladder match. What was the match before the ladder match?
Finn Balor, Timothy Thatcher?
Yeah, I tuned in during...
So you missed nothing.
Okay, cool.
Well, I was watching... Huh?
Were they the first match of the night?
Correct. Other than on the main card.
I joined in halfway, and I haven't really been on Twitter all day because I've been running around, and so I didn't know who was who. But let's jump into that match because Jesus Christ, this match was aggressive.
So we got Japan Finn Balor.
Yeah, they fucking some stiff mother. And maybe like I'm trying to think like who else could have done this with Finn? And I guess maybe it makes sense we haven't seen it because like no one probably could have done it well enough.
Maybe Riddle.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but not as like I think Thatcher is a lot more like than Riddle is.
Well, yeah.
I mean Riddle's a good grappler, but I think Thatcher's like I'm gonna grapple to the point where I'm gonna rip your fucking ankle off and beat you to death with it.
Exactly.
That's a threat, man. This match was fucking fun, dude. I didn't think Thatcher was gonna lose.
No?
Didn't think he was gonna lose. No. So why don't we talk about it?
Give me 1 second to fix something. All right, so match starts off. Oops, intro played again. So the match starts off, and they're just going at it. As soon as that bell rings, it's just mayhem. And they're not just locking up or throwing slight strikes. They're beating the shit out of each other. Hard hits, like out of nowhere. Like I'm watching the beginning of this match. I'm like, this is gonna be pretty good, and then they're punching each other so loud that it's echoing through Full Sail. Especially, there was a spot where Timothy Thatcher was kicking Finn, like he was kicking his back while Finn was laying on the ground, and it was just like holy crap.
I really liked the actual fear that was put into me when Thatcher was like working over Balor's ankle. Like, my God, a lot of like the way he was bending it looked really aggressive. Finn was selling it really well. This was a fucking fun as hell match, dude.
Right.
Finn Balor wins, which that's what, his 12th TakeOver win?
That's what they said, yeah.
That's so many TakeOver wins. I think he's the one I'm worried about what's next the most.
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think he's going to be fucking doing?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
He's a guy that I really don't want to see him not doing anything, especially because, like, clearly we see how good he is. He's great.
I can see them try to put him against Karrion Kross, but then you know he's going to have to lose.
Yeah, the only other thing I can think of is they mentioned this is his 12th TakeOver win, and fucking Gargano keeps calling himself Mr. TakeOver.
But we've seen that, haven't we?
I was going to say they've already done that type.
I mean,
so maybe, again, are they going to do another loser leaves NXT with Johnny Gargano? Are they going to do that story again?
Let me see. When did we get Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor last?
That was, early in this year.
Well, I know the match at one point was supposed to happen, and then it didn't happen because Gargano got hurt.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it happened, like, early 2020.
It was... I got it right here. TakeOver Portland, so it was early in February.
Jesus. Concept of time means nothing.
But in this match with Balor and Thatcher, at one point, Balor had a single-legged crab and started working... No, Thatcher had a single-legged crab and started working on Balor's leg and foot and ankle. Thatcher with some awesome covers on Balor. At one point, Thatcher transitioned to a double wrist lock, but Balor got out of it. Balor was able to slip away, and Thatcher put him down with a basement dropkick. Once Balor landed a Pele kick, both sold their exhaustion just after going so hard. Balor planted Thatcher with a reverse U-crusher for a 2. At one point, Thatcher noticed that Finn was getting more winded than him and locked on a single-legged crab. Balor grabbed the bottom rope to break it up. Thatcher followed this up with an Inoki-style just hard kick and a German suplex. Balor rallied back and hit a step-over face lock, but Thatcher reversed into an ankle lock. Balor rolled out of the hold and hit a standing double stomp. He then finally landed the coup de grace, followed by 1916 to pick up the victory and defeat Timothy Thatcher. Unfortunately, Timothy Thatcher loses again.
No, I wouldn't even say unfortunately.
Really?
I feel like
This is second loss in a row.
Who gives a fuck? He was incredible. He was great.
He was great, but this is the guy that banished Matt Riddle from NXT.
Yeah, did you see how he banished him? He beat the shit out of him.
And then he's been getting his ass whooped.
I mean, everyone's got to get their ass kicked. Everyone's got to get
this
their ass.
early on.
Oh, well, you might as well fucking do it now.
I
What
guess.
do you want to build him up and then kick his ass, and then 6 months from now complain that now he looks weak? I don't think he looks weak. I think he's just looking even more pissed off now.
Well, I don't know if I would go as far as saying he looks weak. I'm just saying that.
Not weak, but like, I don't think that him losing should be seen as like, another loss. Like,
Right.
oh,
I get what you're saying.
I don't think it's as big as a deal. I think Thatcher should go for that fucking North American belt. I really want to see him have that. That'd be so nice. Really want to see.
Okay, so here's my question for you then.
Go ahead.
Do you think him and Damian Priest would be a good match?
I feel like Thatcher and mostly anyone.
You're not wrong there.
It's not really hard to wrestle Thatcher. It's just
Right.
take the submission hold, or like it's not that hard.
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could have a good match with Timothy Thatcher if I wanted to. Sign me up, Vince. Pat McAfee can do it. I can do it.
If Pat McAfee can do it, I can do it. Okay. Professional athlete Nick Armstrong.
Yeah, I played high school baseball, baby. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay.
Let's move on here.
Speaking of the North American title, though, that match is
you know
next.
What that's called?
Transition.
It's called a transition.
And this match was, I guess you can say, a good car crash.
Yeah.
For the most part. But I loved this match. Again, I thought it was the best match of the night, in my opinion, but just barely. And I think, to be honest, the star of this match is Cameron Grimes. The way he bumped and sold for everybody.
Yeah, he did look.
Basically, he went out there and they said, hey, you're not going to win, but make yourself and everybody else look good.
Yeah. He does a good goofy dude. He does a really good goofy guy.
I've said that he's the best. How did I explain it before? I've said that he's the best overconfident, cocky, piece of shit, annoying heel. Even better than MJF at times.
He reminds me of if Enzo could wrestle.
Don't even.
No, I'm just saying, like, real, like, can talk. He's over the top, loud, but he can actually wrestle and kind of be like carry himself.
Yeah, I guess.
Like that Spanish Fly was fucking insane.
Oh, the one on the floor with him and Gargano. Yeah.
Oh,
like Johnny just ran at him and they did it like it was nothing.
The facts, dude. It was smooth as hell.
It was just like,
damn.
I don't even know how to explain it, but like I said, Cameron Grimes is probably the star of this match, selling for everybody. Mm-hmm. Velveteen Dream was killed towards the end when he was pushed off of a ladder and flew over the barricade through not one, but there was two tables set up on the like, here's the barricade. There's a table here, there's a table here. He crashed through the second one and was never seen again.
Good.
Fire Velveteen Dream was trending on Twitter during this match.
Hell yeah.
At one point, Candice LeRae would come out. This is after they did that cool Spanish Fly spot on the floor. Candice LeRae would make her way out on behalf of course, her husband, Johnny Gargano. She pulled Cameron Grimes off of a ladder and then pushed the ladder over and kind of started to beat on him for a second.
Just kind of like...
Well, but the thing is, when she does it, it doesn't look weird like when some other women try to attack a male. Because she's used to fighting men. That's why it works so well. LeRae at one time grabbed Gargano's hand And then this was awesome. So Cameron Grimes, again, another Cameron Grimes thing. Grimes is on the apron. Candice has got Johnny's hand for stability. She runs up the ropes, jumps off the top rope, Hurricane Rana's Cameron Grimes off the apron onto, I think it was Bronson Reed, it might have been Damian Priest, and one other person.
I thought it was everyone except Gargano.
I thought it was only 3. Oh, yeah, never mind. It was everyone except for Gargano then. I'm not counting right.
Yeah.
That was a great spot because she hit just a perfect Hurricane Rana. Cameron Grimes took a perfect front bump off of it. Everyone was down.
I was another big fan. Another Candice spot that they did where Bronson Reed was on the ladder. He was going to go for the belt, and Candice starts hitting him from behind. And I really liked one thing that the ladder match did really well was they had good facial reaction and timing.
Oh yeah,
on like shots, because it just had Bronson Reed's face of like, "Oh Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do." Puts his hands and he does he jumps off the top of the ladder, not top of the ladder, but like 3/4
up near.
Just a real big splash onto Gargano with Candice on his back, and I like how she's screaming all the way down, bounces off, she rolls outside. Gargano's face, he sold it so well.
Oh yeah,
he was actually fucking. He might have been actually fucking dying. I couldn't imagine.
Had the wind knocked out of him.
Bronson Reed fucking falling on you isn't probably going to be too good. But that was a great spot. I really wish they would use Candice. I really wish Candice would be allowed to actually like fight the guys, but
right?
Not.
I get what you're saying.
Like not slappy. Like let her do. Like she can fucking wrestle.
Yes,
she's one of your wrestlers. She knows how to do moves. Let her like she can like duck a clothesline and fucking like hit a Hurricane Runner or like a fucking Shining Wizard. I don't care. And I'm just tired of seeing like someone like Candice LeRae, who's like a very good wrestler, be stuck with like the wife gimmick. Like I'm the wife of a wrestler. It's so fucking annoying. She's so good. Let her beat the shit out of people. I don't care.
So going forward towards the end of this match, Bronson Reed knocked Dream off of the ladder. This is when I said he flew over the barricade through a table. It looked cool, and then like I said, they basically killed Velveteen Dream right there. He disappeared for the rest of the match. At one point, Johnny Gargano was up on the ladder, and he did and didn't take his time trying to grab the belt. It's like, oh, I'm here, I'm gonna win, and he goes to grab the belt, and then all of a sudden he gets goozled. And Damian Priest.
Wait. What?
When you grab someone by the neck, it's called the goozle 'em.
That's.
He gets goozled. Grabbed in the chokeslam position.
Goozle also ghouls him.
Are you googling goozle?
The throat as a whole, or a speck on the. Oh, it's a thing. Okay,
I told you it was I know it's a thing. I used it last night on the SmackDown review when Braun Strowman goozled Bray Wyatt and threw him off of the loading dock.
Anyway, continue on.
Anyways, so Gargano was goozled by Damian Priest. They start fighting for a second up top of the ladder, and Johnny's got the belt in one hand. Priest has got the belt in the other hand. They're playing tug of war. Priest then kicks Johnny 2 or 3 times. Johnny falls off. Priest has got the belt. Boom, new NXT North American Champion. And I want to fast forward a little bit. Nick, talk about what we saw later with the new North American Champion.
Oh my fucking god. All right, so it's this great shot. Forgive me, I don't remember who the woman interviewing Damian Priest was. Mackenzie Mitchell goes to interview Damian Priest, and she's like, Damian, how are you feeling after winning the North American Championship? And he's like, oh, if you have any questions, you gotta be ready to party. And I'm like, first of all, Damian Priest, it's raining outside. Why are you outside? Go inside. You're gonna get sick. You're gonna get a cold. So it's raining, and he walks over, very like shitty Vine comedy, like da 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 da, and there's a hot tub outside in the rain. There's these 2 ladies in it. One of them's Joey Janela's girlfriend.
Brandy Lauren.
Yeah, and he goes, hey ladies, and in his leather pants and wrestling shoes, hops right fucking in with a bottle of champagne. What the fuck was this? Why couldn't he just say, I'm feeling great and I'm ready to defend and be a fighting North American champion? Nah, man. Jump into the outdoor hot tub in the rain in your gear. I don't know. That was so dumb.
Also, water is not good for leather.
No, it's not. They had the belt in the water. Oh my.
I'm talking about his leather pants.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I didn't think about the belt.
It's just like, oh my god, he's gonna have soggy. Oh, his socks were probably wet.
And then when you popped the top off of that champagne or whatever, half of it spewed out into the water. Anyways.
Hold on, real quick. Yeah, Arm Week is Nick, for whoever was asking in chat.
Also, I want to thank Dietrix for his Prime subscription at 2 months. Thank you very much.
Thanks, home dog.
Next up, we had a match that nobody expected much out of and got a lot out of. It was Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. So, for this match, apparently they had said earlier in the day or whatever that Undisputed Era and Pat McAfee's boys were banned from ringside. They were able to come out with them, but they couldn't stay. So Pat McAfee cuts this promo before the match starts, and he's just basically like, I'm doing it for the brand. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to show everybody what I can do with the best. What do you call himself? What do you say? He's got the best leg in sports or something like that?
He said the best leg in all of sports entertainment and the best leg in the history of legs in general.
Something like that. And he said, hit my music.
He was real fired up. He had a lot of fun tonight.
Oh.
You could tell, like...
Yes.
I would not see Pat McAfee here again. I think he did really fun. I'm not going to lie. The minute they first locked up, I was like, oh shit, they're doing this. They're actually going to do this.
Now, you say you wouldn't mind seeing him again. I don't think he should be a normal wrestler on the roster, but if they can use him for big shows and stuff and like a feud every, I don't know, 4 or 5 months with somebody,
that's cool.
Go for it.
That'd be cool.
So as Nick said, they locked up right at the start, and it wasn't like they locked up and Adam Cole was just trying to, walk him around the ring. They locked up, and Pat McAfee knew, lock up, arch my back, go in, get into the lockup and stuff, and then he had the headlock, and it looked good. McAfee at one point rolled to the floor and said that he was a better human than Adam Cole. He and the football dudes then taunted Cole because apparently they didn't really leave. Undisputed Era would come down, and then everyone kind of started yelling at each other. So what did Pat McAfee do? He climbed in the ring, got to the top rope, and did a front flip bump just on top of everybody at ringside. Just
right.
Leaped off the top rope.
Clean, dude.
Yeah, perfect. Like, he did the dive, and he was able to get the hang time before even committing to the flip.
They kept saying, oh, he's only had 2 weeks to train for this match. He's really been training since, December?
That's what I heard. He's been training for a while.
He's been training for a while. But, training when you're training in last December compared to Adam, his opponent who's been wrestling since he was 18 years old, fucking good.
Yeah.
That's just got to be a pure athlete thing, right? He's just such a good fucking athlete that no matter what, he could just do whatever. He could just take to anything.
So as far back as July of 2017, Pat McAfee was posting videos of him with a ring learning to wrestle. As far back as 2017.
I think what most probably main roster fans, when they think former NFL kicker Pat McAfee is wrestling in a WWE match, they're probably going to think, oh, is this a Ronda Rousey type deal?
Right.
And I'd like to think that it's not going to be a Ronda Rousey type deal. I'd like to think that he's actually going to... I think he's not just going to walk in, get shit on by the fans, and then just leave after that. I think he's going to stick around for a while.
And
he's actually going to do shit.
He was training with none other than Rip Rogers.
He blocked me on Twitter. I don't even fucking know why. I don't tweet at him.
I don't know. I got blocked by Baron Corbin, but that's just because I said he looked like a young Bray Wyatt when he played football. He looked like Husky Harris.
I am actually blocked by Bray Wyatt as well.
By Bray Wyatt?
No, it's a
Well, I said Baron
school.
Corbin looked like Husky Harris when he played football, so he blocked me. Anyways, he hits the front flip, and it looks super cool. Cole then sold a bunch of stuff in the ring like Ricky Morton used to do back in the day where he was just bumping and feeding for him. Yep. Basically, Adam Cole's like, I'm going to make you look good. Yep. And it's not going to be that hard. And it wasn't that hard for him because Pat McAfee looked really good.
Yeah, you could tell Cole was just like, oh, cool, I can kind of like wrestle a normal pace here.
Exactly.
I can feel like I don't have to walk a little fucking shit baby through it.
He didn't have to carry him as much as you have to carry a lot of these quote-unquote celebrities that get into matches. At one point, McAfee did a perfect-looking backflip off the top rope and landed on his feet, then ran the ropes and superplexed Cole. McAfee went to kick a prone Cole in the head, but Cole moved.
I want to back up real quick. You say ran the ropes. What he did was they were both Adam Cole, Pat McAfee, were standing on the very top turnbuckle. Adam Cole pushes Pat McAfee off. Pat McAfee does a perfect backflip, and you could tell that this was a one-take thing. This was not an edit.
Well, no, the show was completely live.
Well, I know it was the joke.
Oh, gotcha.
Last time, what's his name did one. It had a bunch of weird.
Oh, you're talking about the Dexter Lumis front flip out of the ring.
Yeah, but like it was just it looked clean, and then he goes from that to a run and then a box jump, just a standing leap to the top turnbuckle to get at like it's not just the ropes. That was fucking impressive for him.
In the training video he posted to Twitter last week, he did that in that video. He was just, and he didn't do it in the video he posted. He didn't do it where he was running with momentum. He did it from a standing position in that video. Yeah, the guy's got a vertical leap like a basketball player.
Really fun. Again,
he's got that's a Shelton Benjamin move.
Yeah. Well, again, I saw a lot of people tweeting like, "Damn, he's trying to become the new Shelton Benjamin."
I didn't see that.
I think it was Ryan Satin.
So going forward, Pat McAfee went to kick Adam Cole, but Adam Cole moved. He kicked the steel steps instead. Cole went after McAfee's leg and locked on the figure 4 until McAfee grabbed the ropes to break the hold. McAfee then used a kick, kind of low blow behind the referee's back, which allowed him. Which allowed him to punt Cole in the head. Cole sold it brilliantly and got a close as you can near fall. Like if Adam Cole slipped at all, they would have counted the 3 there. Mm-hmm. McAfee then dove off the top rope, but Cole caught him flush with a super kick. He then landed a Panama Sunrise and surprisingly to me, pinned Pat McAfee and won the match. I expected Pat McAfee to win, especially with how much Triple H had been putting him over and saying that he didn't believe that this was a one-time thing.
I had a lot of fun with this match. Like I said, this match was my match of the night. It was really entertaining. And I'm glad Pat McAfee super duper proved himself.
Right.
Great.
And then to be honest, going forward, we had 2 very predictable matches as far as the results and how the matches actually happened.
Yeah.
We had Io Shirai defending the NXT Women's Championship against Dakota Kai, who had Reina Gonzalez at ringside. And when I did my predictions, I said
Raquel.
No, that's her old name is Reina. That's right. It's Raquel now. It's Raquel now.
I know wrestling. Ha-ha!
So originally I'm like, Dakota Kai's going to win this match. But then when they brought Raquel Gonzalez back on Wednesday, I was like, oh, now she can't win this match. Because the whole thing has been, I can do it by myself, yet she's going to have help. And the help is not going to help, which it didn't. They tried to use her, Kevin Nash, to help her win the belt, and it didn't work. So early on, Shirai tackled Kai as soon as the match started and started pummeling on her. She tried a handspring elbow early and slipped, landed on her head. Slight botch there and no-sold it. Gonzalez distracted Shirai early on, allowing Kai to gain some advantage. Shirai came back with a hard jumping palm strike. After some mean-looking stomps, Kai came back and went for a running Yakuza kick in the corner. Shirai slipped away. Kai countered with a schoolboy and tried to go for the pin. Kai accidentally took the referee out here with a running Yakuza kick in the corner, knocking him down, which allowed Raquel Gonzalez to interfere in this match after Shirai took out Kai with a German suplex. So Raquel Gonzalez came in, choke slammed Io Shirai, grabbed Dakota, put her on top of Io, and then woke up the referee. Which, that should be a red flag for the referee anyways, when the person that is supposed to be at ringside is in the ring waking you up. You should be like, wait, what's going on? Why are you in the ring? You know?
Nah.
So referee goes to count 1, 2, Io kicks out. Shirai then used a beautiful triangle moonsault to the floor to take out both Kai and Gonzalez. She then used another moonsault inside the ring to put away Dakota Kai with a just clean pin. No trickery. No, we're going to keep Dakota Kai looking good. No, they just pinned Dakota Kai. Like, what the hell? So after the match, Raquel Gonzalez jumps in and tries to attack Io again. But what would happen? Rhea Ripley would come down to make the save. Ripley would come down, get in the face of Raquel Gonzalez, and you can hear somebody who I believe was probably Bugenhagen basically start yelling, "Don't just talk, fight!" And he says it like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, can someone shut this guy up? I know it's live TV, so it's not as easy, but he does this way too much.
This podcast has just become Tim and the battle of him and Eric Bugenhagens.
It's so annoying when he tries to be part of the show when you're not supposed to be part of the show.
It does get pretty late. Like I said earlier before we went live, I wish he just got one joke per promo.
Because I think at the beginning of the match, he was yelling like, "Get her, Io! Get her, Io!" or something like that. I was like, really? So Rhea Ripley comes down. She has a face-to-face stare down with Raquel Gonzalez. Dakota Kai then backs her off and they get out of the ring and leave. And yeah, Io then stands there. She's like, 2, I've defended my title twice. Rhea then backs up the ramp, and that was it. I don't know where they're going with this. It looks like Rhea and Raquel. I don't know if they're going to maybe flip that and go Rhea and Io, but we'll see. It looks like Rhea and Raquel, and I have no clue where they go with Io if they're not going either of those two. Unless Rhea and Raquel becomes like a number 1 contender type situation, and then the winner gets to face Io for the title.
Maybe, yeah. I think that. I think no matter what,
because Dakota's done. She got pinned clean, like decisive.
I think those two will probably end up in number 1 contenders match type beat somehow.
Yeah, because I don't think there's another takeover. I heard something about an October takeover. If they don't do that, then the next takeover wouldn't be till the end of November. On Survivor Series weekend.
Oh, fuck, that's a long ways away.
But there is a... Huh?
I was going to say, not till November, but what old pay-per-view are they going to bring back in between that time?
You're not wrong there. I mean, October... Hey! Hold on, when is...
Halloween Havoc?
That's exactly what I was thinking. October... So it would be October 28th is their closest to Halloween. Halloween Havoc.
That'd be cool.
Who's going to do the Halloween street fight? Put the pumpkin on your head, Carl Anderson.
Oh, poor guy.
I would love to see Cameron Grimes get a pumpkin smashed on his head. And he would...
I wouldn't mind seeing it be like Damian Priest and Cameron Grimes in that match.
Because Cameron Grimes would sell it like... He would... What's the word I'm looking for? He would be into it, not like, oh shit, what the hell are they making me do?
Yeah.
Like Carl Anderson was.
Yeah.
He'd go, you want me to run around with a pumpkin on my head? I'll take that pumpkin to the moon. So next up, we got the main event, which, again, another match where it was everything we all predicted and thought was going to happen. 2 big guys just clubbering each other.
Big boy. There's not much to talk about this match, to be honest, so let's just talk about the way it ended, because I wasn't a fan.
Well, let me hit some of the little spots in the match.
Some of the what? Some of the 3 strikes they did and the big spots?
Well, there was a spot where Karrion Kross had Keith Lee pinned up against the barricade, and he went to punch Keith Lee, and he missed Keith Lee's head and punched the plexiglass. So Keith Lee did his whole mean mug thing where he just out of nowhere, just I don't know how to explain it. He just all of a sudden just gets this like most serious face you've ever seen.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna kill you and your family.
And then he goes to punch Cross, and he kind of knocks down one of the plexiglass things. And so Beth has to say, they're destroying the NXT arena. I'm like, really? Really?
It's like taking a T-shirt that's hanging in your closet, throwing it on the floor, and your mom is like, "You're fucking ruined."
At one point, Karrion Kross worked over Lee's arm with a variation of wrist holds and joint locks. Cross looked natural in all of his transitions here. At one time, he basically hit a rolling arm bar where he jumped over Keith Lee. Both men flipped perfectly right into the arm bar. For as big as those two guys are, to hit that transition so smoothly, I was like, holy crap. At one point, Karrion Kross landed a high roundhouse kick into a DDT for a 2. Lee fought back and used a vertical suplex on Kross for a 2 of his own. Towards the end of the match, they traded big lariats, with Lee and Kross both going down for a few moments before the final actual moments of the match. Kross spiked Lee with a backdrop driver suplex, and Lee went up in the air like he was a 190-pound guy just bumping. Basically, took a Cameron Grimes type bump.
Mm-hmm.
Kross then locked on the cross jacket submission, but Lee survived and got out of it. Lee used a spirit bomb for a 2, but Kross finally put Lee away with an avalanche back drop off the top rope and just pinned him out of nowhere. I didn't see this being the finish. I'm like, what? He just backdropped him off the top rope and pinned him? That was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't like it. I thought it was boring.
I don't mind. I thought Karrion Kross should have won. But the finish itself was kind of like, I'm watching the match. I looked away for, I don't know, less than 2 seconds, and all of a sudden, and your winner and new NXT champion, Karrion Kross. I go, wait, it's over? That was the finish?
It just felt weird.
It did. It felt like it just ended like, hey, we're running low on time, end the match.
Like, speed it up, let's go.
They're on the network. There is no time limit, and they still ended at least 5 minutes before the quote-unquote network schedule said they were supposed to end. The show went off the air 3 minutes before the 6:30 Pacific time that they were supposed to go off the air.
You love to see it.
But yeah, Karrion Kross is the new NXT champion. Him and Scarlett posed at the top of the ramp as fire blew up from the stage around them. They're basically surrounded by a semicircle of fire, which looked really cool. I think there was some smoke and fog as well. Mm-hmm. And that's how the show ended.
Yeah, it was a decent takeover. It wasn't anything special, nothing to like jerk off about.
I mean, Pat McAfee really proved himself, and the ladder match was fun.
Yeah, I think those 2 matches alone really made this pay-per-view worth watching.
Yes. Like if someone said, "Hey Nick, should I go watch this show?" What would you say?
I would say, yeah, you can watch
those 2 matches.
Yeah, you could watch everything up to the women's match.
Yeah, because Thatcher and Balor was fun as well.
Yeah, Thatcher and Balor was like a wrestling match, and then it just got fun.
The bad thing about it is because everyone's going to be talking about Pat McAfee and everyone's going to be talking about how cool the ladder match was, I think that opening match between Finn and Thatcher is going to get overlooked.
I mean, yeah, it'll get overlooked, but regardless, I think I think they know damn well that people like that match.
Right. I mean, if I had to say that was the 3rd best match of the night in a 6-match show.
Oh yeah, 3rd best match.
But with that was NXT TakeOver. I do have a couple text messages to read here. Remember, if you guys want to be part of the show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. The person here says, do you think Sonya Deville will come back to NXT? No, I think she's either leaving or just taking time off, and that's why they're doing the loser leaves WWE stipulation.
Shit, wouldn't you want to take time off if you're?
I mean, I said it last night on the SmackDown review. I was told by a source that they couldn't confirm, but was told that she's leaving. Whether she asked for her release or asked for an extended period of time off, she's not going to be around after SummerSlam. This person here says, great pay-per-view. Pat can sell very well. I wouldn't be surprised if he wrestles more. Neither would I.
Would be great to see.
And,
Trying to figure out what I want to order for dinner.
Right. And finally, this person says, do you see Keith Lee getting called up to the main roster this week? Probably not that soon. Maybe you wait till they do the draft, and then he gets called up in the draft. I mean, for all we know, he's got to get his rematch against Karrion Kross.
No, that's not true. They don't do that anymore.
In NXT, they do. Sometimes.
Do they? Oh.
I mean, Adam Cole didn't get a rematch, but that was a special circumstance for a double title match.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So.
Shit. Well, I guess that's going to do it, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this recap. I have been Nick. You can follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21. Yeah, Tim, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. You can also follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. And follow us on Instagram as well at, not at anything. It's just search Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And remember, always keep an eye on our website, PWUnlimited.co. I know I will be live tomorrow night following SummerSlam. I almost said NXT TakeOver. Following SummerSlam tomorrow night. Nick, you said you're not sure yet if you're going to be with me or not, which is cool.
It's like a 90%.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to be running around all day. I won't have time to actually watch the show.
That makes sense. But with that, guys, if you missed any of this show, it will be up later on youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited on demand. So you guys can go back and watch any of that. And with that, have a good night.
Have a good night, everybody. Call your mom. She probably misses you.